I think Al Craig applied for the presidency of Valencia. It wasn't Valencia then. It was just a new junior college to be organized in Orlando. He called me and stopped by to talk, and if he got the job, would I come as the academic dean? And he would ask Roy Kinnick to come as dean of students. So we agreed, and so we came to the final interview for Roy Kinnick, Al Craig, and I. And it started out, the usual interview would be who are we and what are our qualifications. I'd say about halfway through the interview, it turned to more of, how are you going to do it? What has to be done in 6 months to create a college from nothing? So that's how the interview went. I think we were appointed on March 15th, I think. And we had 5 months and 6 days till classes opened. So. My responsibility was primarily the college curriculum and choosing a faculty. The curriculum was very simple because it had been decided that with only 5 months to go, that we would only have 500 students. They would all be first-time in college freshman students, and they would all be in a transfer program. So the curriculum was basically what you would have to have the first semester of a transfer program. That made it much easier just to have that kind of planning to do. But hiring the faculty was probably the most difficult thing that I had to do in that period of time, because you felt that almost everything you did was creating a pattern for the future. And you needed a faculty, one who could be very adaptable and teach in a temporary facility in portable classrooms, but also looking for faculty that understood the mission of a junior college. And so we had to find people that we felt would adapt to that and would be here to help start the college in the right direction. I think you were in third grade when we moved here from St. Petersburg. And there was no campus here at all. We were on campus in Mid-Florida Technical Institute with 12 portables and a muddy parking lot. And that was the college, 1967. Yes, there was. In fact, it was somewhere over on that side of the lake, on the north side of the lake, and there was a cake made to look like the first building, Module 1. And since we were following a Valencia, Spain kind of thing, we had a bullfight sword to cut the cake.
Was that our sword?
Yes. Because there was no swimming in the lake. But you could always rent a canoe or check out a canoe, and it would tip over. So we always had stories of alligators in the lake. It kept our students from tipping over in their canoes. Orlando Junior College, of course, was completely white. Faculty, student body, everything about it. In fact, they had an opportunity one time to become a junior college, and they turned it down because they would have to have opened up to non-Christians and minority students. So there was not a culture in Orlando and Orange County of access to college. OJC was all white. FJU had all the university admissions policies and standards, and that was tightening all the time as universities grew. And so I think we had a great many students who didn't have any expectation of ever going to college. And I think one form of access to me is hope. When students realize that there is a possibility of going to college, that's what we had to create. I remember going to high school campuses, talking to guidance counselors, talking to students, all the kinds of things you can kind of do to let them know that there is a possibility of higher education. But we realized that Orlando was just beginning its growth. Orlando, back when we first opened, there was nothing in Osceola County. Osceola County was Kissimmee. My main event of the year was a rodeo. Disney opened, immediately Osceola County became a major player in the growth of the area around the area. Same time, the space programs were, Martin Marietta was growing, other industries were growing. So we knew that there would be a big increase in population. But frankly, did I expect it to be this big? No. I don't think we could have in those days. I see all the changes on this campus, on the West Campus alone, and I'm just amazed that that kind of mission is still foremost of all the changes I see physically. I think that hasn't changed. It's increased.